Good morning. Well, I've done a few shows in this arena over a number of years. I've got to say, I don't think I've been ever so entertained over such a long evening. We've had a bit of everything tonight. We've had some fantastic pro fights. We've had some true Misfits crossover boxing, absolute classics. We've had the Hagler-Hearns equivalent in Joey Essex and Romero. I think for me, the most exciting fight I've ever seen at Misfits. Unbelievable. Credit to both. We've seen the Misfits MMA launch in spectacular fashion with Dillon Danis victorious in spectacular style. We've seen an absolute legend in Tony Ferguson, crowned Misfits champion. And of course, we've seen one of the most brutal knockouts I've ever seen live. So we've seen a bit of everything.
How does that knockout rank in terms of brutality and being asleep compared to all the knockouts you've seen on all your other events at Misfits?
On Misfits,
yeah.
I'd say in 27 years of promoting boxing, that's right up there. That's right up there. I've got to say credit to Rockhold. I thought at the end of the first, I was surprised he came out for the second, and I think it was the second he went back to the other corner, and then I thought, okay, he's definitely not coming out for the third. But we've seen it, these MMA / UFC guys. We saw it in his last fight with Darren Stewart as well. You've really got to put them to sleep almost to win the fight, because they just seem to come back. And I'm pretty sure Luke Rockhold would have recovered and kept on going. And that's an absolute testimony to the sport of MMA. But at the same time, Darren Till, from his first Misfits fight at the beginning of this year, has really sharpened his tools. I know that gym very well. I've been in the other corner on the losing side with Eubank against Liam Smith in this arena, trained by the same trainers, the same gym, the same setup. So you see the benefits of working with the professional gyms.
I guess this question for both of you: is it quite nice in a situation like this, where you end a show and you've already got other ideas for potential future fights? So if you start with the main event, you got an option of going Carl Froch, Darren Till. If you go for Salt Papi, Tony Ferguson, you could always win the rematch. You could do Tony Ferguson versus Gibb. You could do Tony Ferguson versus Dillon Danis.
There's a lot of options. I mean, I think we made that clear as well, Fred, that going forward, we don't want any of the fights to be meaningless, just put together for the sake of it. And I think we try to think of every possible outcome and what happens after, and plan for that 2 or 3 steps ahead. So every fight now, even if it's fighters who are lesser known, there's something cooking behind the scenes. There's a purpose for that fight. So that's well spotted.
And just for both of you, there's a bit of talk online about an early stoppage for Tony Ferguson and Salt Papi. Callout, we'll start with you. Was that stoppage early?
No, he was taking sustained punches to the head. There was, Salt started the fight very well. He was throwing great counters, and they were really having an effect. He marked him up, he buzzed him a couple of times, but he was fading, and Tony was getting the upper hand, and there was no way out of that. And he did exactly the right thing. The corner did raise their voices, of course, afterwards. We see that quite often in boxing. From my little bit of experience, I watched the fighter, not the corner, and Salt was absolutely fine leaving the ring. And a fighter who's really prepared to have gone on doesn't leave the ring like that. There's a different scene that's caused. So I thought it was the correct time to stop the fight. Yes.
Ma'am, do you think that was early?
I do. Sorry, Cal. I
thought
it was 3 seconds, 4 seconds too early. It's a pro fight, sanctioned pro fight, and it should have been. There's no standing 8 count, obviously, so you let it happen. Let's have a definitive result. I don't want any of our fighters to get hurt, obviously, you know, and the referee saw that. I saw Salt's light dimming for sure, but it's nice to have, and not taking anything away from Tony Ferguson. Amazing. He was just growing stronger and stronger as it went, and it's an honor and a privilege to have him as a Misfits champion. But at the same time, 2-3 seconds longer, what if Salt made a recovery and the fight would go on? Who knows? Maybe even if it was a 10% chance, I'd like to not leave any questions or any doubts, personally.
Just not leave any doubts. Like obviously, I think it's probably fair to say Guy did win that fight. The time was when Sean Hampton, but that first scorecard was a little strange. What was your thoughts on the 98-95?
I love it when promoters sit there and say, "Oh, it was robbery, it was this, it was that." It's a very close fight. The early rounds clearly went to tie, and then it's a question of how many of those rounds you give him and how many not. Without watching it back, I would be giving you an unqualified answer, but let me give you one. For me, he nicked it, and when I say nicked it, it was a round. Yeah. But again, I need to go back and score it. We're delighted, Taiwan can go against you as well. Unfortunately, I've been on both sides, and but to really give you a quote, you have to look at it back.
You make it look like it's
A question for both of you. So there's also been some controversy on the result of Joey Essex and Numero. What were your thoughts on that?
Again, from my perspective, it's a 4-round fight. They've both gone down in a round, so we're talking about a 2-round fight. So to judge a 2-round fight when they're swinging and missing, and it's very difficult. Could have given it a draw. I don't think Joey deserved to lose the fight. I think a draw would have been okay, but you got the hometown nod. I'd love to see that fight again. I'm not sure we will. But I would love to see that fight again.
And a question for you and Ams as well. Over this week, there's been some conflicting reports of Andrew Tate being in talks with Misfits fight. Can we get some clarity on that?
He's an MMA fighter. You can play me in MMA.
I speak to all kinds of fighters, all kinds of different figures, and until there's news to report, there's no point talking about anything, but yeah, I speak to.
Be his training partner.
So I'll speak to Paul Gascoigne next week. People.
Be his main training partner.
Huh?
6 seconds.
15 seconds.
6 seconds.
You still have the MMA record on Misfits because it's the only
that was
fight.
his main training partner. I'm saying in history though, but that's Andrew Tate's main training partner, so he should defend him.
Well, yeah. So
You got
So there's
stay with your
denial
chest.
over Andrew Tate talks.
I'm not. I talk to all kinds of different figures.
So you're not denying.
We're in the business of bringing about viral moments, fighters that will make news, and all different walks of life, something for everyone. As you can see by the fighters on this table right now, very, very high level. The highest level in the world, and all the way down to, and not taking anything away from Joey Essex and Numero. What an absolutely entertaining fight. But the point of it was they're both around the same level, and that's what makes it entertaining.
Dillon, quick question for yourself. You
Is this
said
a mic?
You said leading up to this that you're going to make it easy weighting. You did that.
Yeah.
Going forward, what type of opponent would you want? Mans? What type of opponent can you give Dillon right now in the MMA side of things?
I mean, he knows we gone through if we showed the list of people that we tried to get that didn't take it, it would be pretty crazy because there's a lot of guys that are world champions that have a lot of accolades that have turned down this fight. But after this, seeing the performance I put on, I think we'll get a big name.
Any names that you can just shout out to us that possibly could fight Dillon going forward in MMA?
Let's digest the amazing night that it was tonight. Obviously, I've got ideas. There was always talk of
me and
Tony and Dillon as well in MMA.
They were supposed to fight at GFL, it never ended up happening. Do you think you could make that kind of business?
I think
Good ass Tony.
that's an interesting thing to look at.
We'll figure, like you said, we'll digest this one. You know what I mean? We're gonna enjoy these victories. We got our belts, which is pretty cool.
I'm very happy that Toby won, by the way.
Yeah,
I respect.
Unlikely. We call it the unlikely. What was it?
An unlikely duo,
Yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah, it's kind of a difference how it goes, but
I was super happy for
Misfits
him.
feel like pretty good.
Do you like Dillon?
Dillon's all right, man. I think in the end, I think some of us are just misunderstood. And I say that, you know, with open arms, and we found a house here over at Misfits.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I was happy to see Tony win.
Yeah, likewise.
Very happy.
Dillon and Tony, both of you, I suppose it had been almost the exact same amount of time, like the summer of 2019, when you last won an MMA fight.
Alright, actually.
A long time.
What the feeling was, both of you, like,
Celebrate tonight.
what was the feeling like, you know, getting your hand raised? I know, Tony, you made a big point of, you have to raise my hand, and, you know, you have to make this. What was the feeling like getting that W after all that time?
I envisioned it when I was starting the training camp and then going through training camp. You know, the nerves, they left. And I found myself a lot more comfortable inside a boxing ring. Always have. And the only time I ever found myself in the cage was during fight night. You know, so I've always wanted to throw on some shoes, throw on some 10-ounce gloves, and throw some sling and some leather. So here we go. Got this belt.
Dylan,
Yeah.
obviously we saw Eddie Hall come into the ring.
Yeah, that would have been easy.
Do you think that's actually going to happen? Do you think
He has to make at least the UFC weight. He can't make the UFC
sounds
heavyweight
serious.
the limit. Yeah, he can't make the UFC heavyweight limit. But if he makes it, hell yeah, I'll do it. 425 is what he wanted to fight at. I'm 170.
Yeah, that's
So like, come on, make at least the UFC limit.
What about George Masvidal? That's a name that everyone.
Oh God!
Oh, man. Yo, yeah. Him and MMA. No.
Darren, would you go and fight him in MMA?
Look, right now, I am a boxer. Let's not forget to the level I got in MMA. So of course, but right now I'm a boxer. Me and Dillon are on the same path. You know, with respect. Look,
Yeah.
past all the bullshit, Dillon is a high level grappler.
Appreciate it.
And so yeah, look, if it was ever there, we'd do it. But right now,
He's on a different journey.
you've just seen what I'm about. I'm about that shit now, mate. Come on, none of that fucking shit.
I was so happy he put him out like that because Luke is a fucking scumbag. Like, I don't know if you guys know Luke personally. He's a scumbag, and I'm so happy that he went out like that. I weakened his jaw a little bit yesterday, but dude, Till's left hand fucking put him out, and the way he was laying on the ropes, I said, "Fuck you, man."
What actually happened backstage between you and Luke?
He's an egomaniac. So I hit him with a couple lines, and his ego, he couldn't handle it. But we weakened his jaw a little bit, and then Till just finished it off. And I'm so happy to see that.
Man, do you think you could do him versus Luke in MMA?
I think Luke's dead. He might be at his funeral. I don't think he got up. Till put him out cold, really in on the ropes.
Darren, would you say this was your best?
A lot of back and forth this week at the press conference. Was it satisfying to, you know, kind of end it with such a big knockout?
Do you know what? Look, when it's all said and done, I put a lot of hard work into this camp, and I felt like I wasn't even thinking on it. It was just, my muscle memory was just like, it was just coming all together, and obviously the knockout came in third round. I felt like I could have knocked him out at any point, but you know, I wanted to just test things, go to the body and stuff like that. Look, no disrespect to him, but he just felt very stiff in there, and it was just, to be honest, it was really easy. It was too easy. I can't lie, it was just so easy.
Darren, you went for Carl Froch at the end there. Where does this lead us? Is this a potential next main event?
I just don't think I'm going to get a fight in the influencer scene now, boxing, so I've got to go for these guys. And Carl, he was scurrying out of there, mate. Like, where did he go? Where did he go? Like, is he in here? Where is he, mate? Come on. Do you want to fight? Do you want to do your little fucking YouTube things on 10k subscribers and start giving it that? You beat me, this, that, the other. When you see me, he sat there just like yawning. But okay, you're doing all this yawning job, but get in the ring and face me like a man.
Darren, you said that obviously before in previous interviews that you would be willing to fight Andrew Tate. Obviously, if Andrew comes into Misfits, would you fight him with boxing or would you go and fight him with boxing?
I'd fight Andrew Tate, but I just don't think I'm going to get that fight right now. I don't think Andrew Tate's going to take the fight. I don't see many taking the fight at this point. I don't know what I'm going to do.
We got some plans for you.
I hope
We'll
you
talk.
have, mate.
We'll
I hope you have,
We'll
because
talk.
I'm sitting here as a free agent now. Come on.
Oh shit.
Look at the money. I'm a
Could
free
you
agent.
have talked to Jake Paul?
I don't think I'm getting a Jake Paul. Look,
Jake Paul's not fighting him.
No,
Come on.
I'm being a realist.
Be real.
Jake
No
Paul's
way,
not
yeah,
taking a fight.
he's not.
Declan is Jake Paul taking a fight. Come on.
No chance.
Well, hang on. No, fuck this.
No, but I
What
know
do you
Jake.
think? No, what do you think?
He's not
You
taking
ask
the
lots of questions. What do you all think?
He's not taking
No,
the
just
fight.
tell me the truth.
He's already beat Woodley.
What?
What?
What they,
Oh, this one.
That's
This way.
It's horrible.
That's 10
Get him out of
push-ups.
here.
10 push-ups.
No offense,
No,
guys,
but
it's
like,
different.
seriously,
That's
do you
just
guys
different,
think
guys.
Jake will take the fight? Because I'll campaign
It's
for it right
fucking-
now. If I see his nod, say yeah, I'll ask for it. But I just don't think he's going to take it. He's on a bet. What?
We're interested in the fight, though.
Yeah, but mate, I'm not going to
He's too
sit
high
here and
level.
beg for a fight. I'm not going to get. He's a bigger star, on a bigger trajectory. Why am I going to sit here and waste my breath and my time? He's not taking it right now, so I'll just won't call for it. Andrew Tate won't take it. Mike Perry, George match, none of them want to take it. That's the truth, that's Mams. Mams, like, I feel like sometimes I throw him under the bus, but I've got to. Come on, no one wants to fight.
I got you. Just
okay,
be
Sam,
patient.
got me.
Enjoy your night. We're in Manchester. You have a good night tonight, and then Monday we're
I'll have a
talking.
good night tonight. Let me tell you that.
We'll be on the cherry noses.
What?
No,
that
next day.
there's
If it's not Jake Paul.
there's ideas. We'll talk about it. What's the next question? Does anyone have a different fucking question?
What in here? What happened to your knee?
Just doing a little victory dance in the changes there, just a little wobble, so yeah. No, not a lot.
Tony, everyone
Do you
keeps
feel
asking
like
you about,
Go on.
Tony, everyone keeps asking me about Dillon, but you do have an interim title right there. Is there anyone you want to fight in a boxing match next?
Yeah, I just thought it was the title, but you know, who's got the real title? Who's that guy? Another influencer. So we're gonna talk, you know, money talks, bullshit walks, but we're here to stay. So I mean, be real. I like boxing. I'd like to make it 2-0.
Tony, just how much
Wait, sorry. What's that?
You teach the new MMA leagues in different schools.
Nothing. I don't want to spoil any surprises, but it's going to be very different, very rooted in some tradition with a new aesthetic and a slightly more entertaining, a rule set that's built for entertainment and no excessive hugging on the ground. I'm not putting anything down. Obviously, I'm a massive student of the UFC's progress and everything. Big fan of Dana's, but I think there's a time for something fresh right now. And look, this is a new era for Misfits. This is the new era. I'm sitting here on this table with the new Degeneration X of Misfits.
Unlikely alliance.
Have you had any conversations with Carl Froch about a fight with Darren?
I'll let Callout answer that one.
I'm gonna know Carl Froch is.
Yeah, we've had a chat. Yeah, I mean, I've made a lot of fights with Carl Froch over the years. You know, two Kessler fights, Abraham, George Groves at Wembley Stadium. So I've done a few with Carl. I think we can get it done, but we'll see.
Darren, do you feel like Carl doesn't want the fight with you? Do you feel like it would be even more of a brutal knockout?
I don't know at this point. Like, I try to be a truth teller all the time, and Carl Froch is one of the best British fighters we've had in boxing, professional boxing. Like, if you look back at his accolades, I have to be a realist, but like he's talking shit and I'm talking shit, so the fight should get made. But I just feel like the more I'm talking shit, the more he's backing off, and it's like I'm the bigger guy, and he knows I've got power. Okay, yeah, is he a better boxer than me? Yeah, he is, but I just know with MMA fights and stuff like that, I can get him out of there. So I called it on. He was sat there doing all his yawning job, and I was like, oh, you're doing all that yawning thing and that, like, what are you doing, mate? Like, get in the ring and face me. Like, you're chatting that you're going to beat MMA fights up, that you could crack me. Does he realise what we do to him then? Does he actually realise? No, just good night for you. Just wrap that up. Tony knows. Tony and Dillon know how to wrap people up. And I do as well, mate. Look, I do. Come on, you don't spend 6 years in Brazil not know how to wrap a little guillotine up. You get that choked, mate. Come on. He doesn't want it. He doesn't want it.
What was Carl's reaction when you made him the offer when you spoke to him?
No, hold on. Let's take it one step at a time. I haven't made an offer. I invited him here tonight. He came. He hasn't been to any other Misfits so far that I can remember. So, you know, he's clearly interested in the fight. Yeah. Look, he's been out the ring a while, so he'll have looked at tonight. And it's a question: has his fists got itchy? You know, it's as simple as that. I mean, Darren's right what he says. They both talk the talk, and now it's a question of whether Carl fancies it. He doesn't need to financially, doesn't need to do it for any other reason. But the question now is, does he really fancy it? And only Carl can answer that. So I have just to be categorically clear. I have not made him an offer yet.
Just a note on Raheem, I believe he's the first Scottish fighter on the Misfits bill. Are you looking for any more Scottish fighters? Can I put a note back to Glasgow?
He did fantastic tonight.
Yeah, he did.
He done fantastic. Great corner, great gym up there as well. I've done a lot of business up in Scotland. It's a great concept. We want to take Misfits to Scotland, yeah, for sure.
I thought you were thinking it was a whiskey. I was like,
Yeah.
yes. I thought you were calling.
I think it would make sense, him coming off a loss and Salt Papi coming off a loss, maybe they can rematch. That would make sense. I think a lot of people would like to see that.
What about this one over here, Tony Ferguson?
No, not right now. I think Slim would have to earn that. I think unifying the belts is the move, or if Tony and Dillon want to get it on, I think those are the two fights that are most interesting.
Tony, there's been a man that you've been synonymous with throughout your career, Conor McGregor. Obviously, it never happened in MMA. Do you think possibly you could bring Conor to Misfits and fight him in boxing?
Oh, he's scared shitless of me. That dude doesn't want to fight me. Same thing with that coward Khabib. These are the two fighters that I've loved to want to fight. I got dossiers on both of them. They scared the shit out of them, and you know what? They just don't want a part of it. They do, and we'll find out a way how to do it. But I'm here. I'm resurrected. I feel great, and I'm great. I'm enjoy this victory tonight.
Dillon, how do you feel about Tony saying that Conor's scared of it?
Conor? I mean, he doesn't want that fight. No, but I like Tony, but he doesn't want to get hurt. I mean, Conor's my boy, you know, one of my brothers. So
Tony?
I think I like Tony a lot, and he won tonight. But I don't know if that's the path he wants to take.
We had the same. Well, I mean, to be real, we had the same management, so they knew how I trained, where I trained, and how bouts went. And they tried to sample that, and it didn't work for them for the longest time. They knew how fucking deadly I am when I really put it in there. I'm that guy with the red lipstick that kind of just goes right there, and he's that guy. I'm a sniper when it comes into it.
Have you had conversations with Gil about fighting the winner of this fight?
Not directly with Gib, but with some of his team. I think it'd be very interesting it'd be a very interesting fight.
We got a coke or something?
Just a note on time entry you won tonight. You guys have been talking about what's the trajectory right now?
We're gonna again digest what happened tonight. I think it was a great performance to hang in there with world-ranked fighter like Sean Hemphill. I don't know about some of the judging on that. I think it was. I scored it 5-5, but I'm not a judge, and Ty's my guy. But let's see. We'll have that discussion.
I'd love to see him fight Liam Cameron. Lyndon Arthur was there tonight. He's got a good fight coming up. They're that sort of level. Fight.
Darren,
Last one,
obviously,
guys, last question.
If no one accepts your fights, no one wants to fight you, would you end up fighting someone ranked with the WBA or anything like that to fight for a world title eventually in boxing?
What, to go over to pro boxing and get 20 grand for it? No, thank you. What gets eaten like shit by them promoters, all them dogs? No, thank you.
Scumbag.
Scumbag. Whoa, watch how you talk about yourself, Callout.
Newbank does that for me.
No, it's not happening, is it? Come on, me and Misfits. I mean, I hope it's me and Misfits. Man.
It is you and Misfits.
Is it me and Misfits?
Look, Scouser negotiations going on right now.
I'm sorry to say, look, I'd love to do it, but it'd have to be for big dogs. I ain't going with it.
What about Misfits? Join the core promoter and everything like that?
Then yeah, I'll fight anyone but me. I'm happy here. Come on, look who I'm fighting. It's good. Life's good. Come on, is life good, baby? We're getting a few watches tomorrow. We'll be skint in a few weeks, but we'll buy them. Don't worry about that. Fucked me off, didn't he, the little cunt?
I tried to get him out there too.
Fuck him,
But
mate.
both of us.
I
want him to come too.
Get him to fuck. Fucking leg him, mate.
He's too big time now.
He's too big time for us now.
He's too big time. I tried to have him walk out with me too.
Fucking boohoo Mandy, isn't
Yeah,
that?
fuck it, innit?
It's not happening, that.
Thanks, guys. That's it now, yeah.
Thank you very much, everyone. Appreciate it. We'll see you.